time to sleep. Good night, honey.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to episode 30 of The Variant Verdict. My name is Josh.
And I'm Shawn.
If you guys haven't already, please give us a subscribe as soon as you can for further content and not miss any of our videos.
Also, that like button down, that'd be nice too.
Yeah, ring that bell, get those notifications. We'll be dropping them every week.
All right, so we are taking a look at the new Blumhouse film, You Should Have Left.
Wait, are you saying that to me in regards to this movie?
Well,
I should have left the theater?
Is that how you felt?
I don't know. Alright, go ahead. Sorry, but yeah,
Sick.
this movie's kind of got a funny title, ironically.
Well, I don't blame you. I mean, this movie, I would say, is, I felt like half written, but pretty much quick synopsis of the movie. You have Kevin Bacon, who has a dark past. Pretty much he did something that people will recognize him for, almost like he got away with like a murder, but he claims his innocence. Ultimately, the movie is Kevin Bacon and his wife, who's an actress, like filming, what was it?
Furious 7.
Of
Shout
all
out.
movies.
Yeah, they used. I think it's because they're both Universal Pictures movies, and she's actually filming for Furious 7, and this is a Universal Pictures distributed film. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of funny though.
No, it is, considering she's not even in the movie. Either.
You don't see that a lot.
So ultimately, they end up, before she goes off into another movie shoot in London, she's gonna go off. Or they're gonna go off together to Wales inside this house that they both found as to be like this great getaway place, very quiet, very family oriented, that kind of thing. So shortly after they arrive, bad dreams, obviously the odd things with the house right off the bat. But the one thing I can say about this movie getting to this point is, God, it is slow.
Yeah, it's definitely a slow-paced movie. I would say like my favorite stuff was right in the beginning. I like when you got that intro with Kevin Bacon and not Kevin Bacon, I'm sorry, the guy with the crutch and the little child and the use of the shadows, the light. It starts off rather scary. It sets you up with Kevin Bacon's character to kind of be the type that it clearly has like a past that we don't know about. We're going to learn more as the movie progresses, and it does turn out that way. But yes, it's very slow. Outside of like the beginning, I think it starts off with the biggest bang, and then it deflates more from there.
Let's just say this. The movie is just an hour and a half. It's not in any kind of long run time, anything like that. An hour and an hour into the movie is when things finally start happening. And that was a little too late, in my opinion. Like, by the time it was all going on, I'm just like, finally. Like,
one of the things I got from this movie was that I love what Nick Cage has been doing with his career lately. He's had this like second chance after like some serious stinkers. I saw Kevin Bacon in this and I thought, like, there is a career for this man in horror if given the right roles, and for later older age characters. Like, he's aged gracefully enough as an actor that he can probably do something different. He can do some intense stuff. Like, there's a dream sequence where he sticks a beer bottle into his neck.
That was probably.
It was kind of cool seeing him be a little more intense, and I wanted him. I was telling Shawn, I was like, I'd love to see him have like that Nick Cage moment where that intensity works for you, and that's what you start to become known for, and like that's what you're getting booked good roles on. And Kevin Bacon, he wants to get there. He just doesn't quite cross the finish line.
Well, he was the best part in this
Definitely.
movie.
That's why I'm throwing that out there. Amanda Seyfried, decent enough actress. That's the girlfriend in the film. Mostly one-dimensional, though. Even Kevin Bacon, mostly one-dimensional.
There isn't a single character in this that isn't one-dimensional.
I agree. Like that's the problem this movie has. Like characters.
No, exactly. There's none. All you know is Theo is his name, and he has a bad past. What else do you know about him?
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing. You
know that he's got to be.
Does.
He's kind of a wealthy banker. I think they mentioned that once.
Like a retired banker. That's what it is. He's a retired banker who has this dark thing following his past. And he married.
Yeah, and he's clearly like running away from it. They emphasize the fact that he's always listening to this like meditation tape. He's trying to find like peace.
Yeah,
and it's emphasized heavily. So like, okay, it's something he's running away from.
It's like pretty much the whole movie. The whole time just kind of shoves it. Won't ever let you forget that like, ooh, he has a dark past. Ooh, he has a dark past. Ooh, he has a dark past. And it's just like, okay, we get it. Move on now.
If you guys have seen Stir of Echoes, This is actually directed by David Cup, the same guy who did that movie.
Yep.
They don't feel that much different, if I'm being completely honest.
Stir of Echoes is better.
Yeah, Stir of Echoes is better. They're both based on novels. Apparently, this one's based on a 2017 novel. Maybe that's good.
Well, no, here's the thing,
You know,
though.
like
The
there's
novel,
maybe a good story there, but the actors and the staleness of the characters, like they weren't brought to life in a good way.
Yeah, no, and from what I actually heard, the novel is about a guy going to this house with his family to finish a screenplay. So
Okay.
it's like when you watch the movie, it has nothing to do
Maybe
with
they just
that.
wanted, like, since there was a movie like Misery, there's movies like The Shining. They knew that this was a movie about essentially going into isolation and making you go crazy, and they felt that maybe that trope of writing a screenplay in isolation with the family has been done too much.
But it doesn't work for me in this movie because it's not like
I'm
they're
not
there
saying it's
for
good,
long.
but I think that's probably why they avoided it. It's become a trope that, like I said, The Shining and what was the other one?
Or
I
not
said?
Shining, Secret Window, and not Shining.
Well,
yeah,
The
I
Shining,
guess,
he's
yeah.
writing a book, a novel.
Yeah.
You know, and
Secret Window's another. Yeah, so no, I see what you mean. They
Misery,
are similar.
you know, he's going there to write the last book, and then he gets taken hostage. But essentially, it's like isolation, writing your big opus. Mayhem ensues from the isolation.
Yeah, but this movie didn't even have anything like that.
No,
There's
it
no
didn't.
reason they went
It
there.
did not. The emotional weight that they try to put on his daughter finding out about his past does not land.
Yep.
They hit you over the head a lot of times with stuff in the movie to kind of hint at where it's going, but way too much.
Yeah.
To the point where it's just like it assumes the audience that's watching it has no idea what's going on at all times.
Yeah,
It
so-
doesn't assume you are smart enough to get this movie.
Yeah, and then once it finally actually does start picking up, here's the thing: half of it doesn't make any sense. You don't understand what exactly is happening because it's almost like all of a sudden time is jumping. Like he's going back in time, forward in time, back in time, forward in time in instants. And so and there are all these little things that they try to piece together at the end, and obviously spoilers. We've gone
Yeah,
over
go ahead.
this.
Talk about the
But
ending.
yeah, when it comes to this, how somebody wrote in his book, get out while you can, or you should leave.
Yeah.
And
Again, another common trope that's always used.
But you come to find out, in one of those times, he wrote it in. So they looped it that it was him writing it to himself. But it's I don't care at this point. It made no sense as to why any of this was happening.
Yeah, the big twist, the whole setup could have been done so much better if you were just more invested in the characters, in their stories. I think that's the problem. Is you mentioned this. There's a scene where he goes to just pick up groceries from the guy when they go to Wales, and there's no basic, as he says, no Whole Foods there. They have to just go to this tiny market, and it's just a really long, drug out scene where the character wasn't interesting enough for it to even make sense to do this. And he talks to this guy getting all his food order together, and they literally track every shot of the guy grabbing every product, putting it together, and it would make it more interesting if there was humor injected, more character into it, and then it lacks that.
And
So
actually, that guy in itself has a whole other question.
yeah, he didn't even need to. His personality was so out there, and
and not only that,
it didn't lend anything to anything.
At the very end, he ends up calling him because it's the only person that he can
knows
reach,
him,
and
yeah.
he's like, "Can I get out? I need to get out of here. I need to go." And the guy's just like, "Well, you can't leave. The devil will build a tower to collect souls. God destroys it. The devil builds another. The cycle goes on." That's the explanation as to what the fuck this house is.
Yeah, it brings up the idea the trailer, while it had a really cool concept where it brought you this house where the dimensions didn't make sense, and it was Kevin Bacon in a cool horror movie in 2020. I was kind of sold on it, and then just upon finishing it, I'm going to say that my final impression on this one was just that Kevin Bacon was the best part about it. He needs to be given a role that's actually good at this age, and to just go crazy, get the best parts of him in this movie are him when he's at his absolute craziest batshit.
Yeah.
Whether it's in those dreams, the nightmare sequences, all that.
Or the end when he's losing.
Yeah, exactly. I actually enjoyed his delusion. Give him a good role though to throw them in, and I'll be back for another Kevin Bacon horror film. I'm all about it. This just wasn't the one.
No.
But I do believe there is one.
Honestly, I feel like this movie was half written, like I said before. This movie felt like it was a movie that was going to be rewritten. And then they said, "Screw it, just film it." Again, there was
I can see that too.
you could tell that the skeleton of the story was there, but none of the exposition, nothing was fleshed out.
And what's crazy is Jason Blum is one of the producers on this. The guy has a great track record with Get Out, Us, Halloween 2018. Clearly he's. I don't know, but then you got we were talking about this earlier. What's Blumhouse doing right now? Like, guys,
Fantasy
I
Island.
know you're capable of bringing like some of the best new horror movies, like Fantasy Island. I mean, The Hunt.
Well, I mean, The Hunt, it was all right, but it wasn't.
But
It wasn't no Get Out or Us.
Yeah,
so
exactly. They need to recreate that. This isn't the movie for it, you know.
Yeah.
So I can't personally recommend it, but I will say if you're even a Kevin Bacon fan, you might get some enjoyment out of it because he's cool in a horror role, and I think he needs to be given a good one.
Now, I mean, one thing is if you are going to go ahead and watch it, because I mean, what the hell else new is out there right now? Seriously.
Yeah.
But if you are going to go ahead and watch it, just remember, don't let the beginning fool you in thinking that it's going to be like, oh, here we go. And just expect to be a little confused in the end.
No replay value on this one either. I
Maybe
can't see myself going back to this movie, even if it's like Halloween, lights are off, and I'm in the mood for a horror movie. This isn't the movie for that either. It has a really awkward place in where it fits into my taste, and like I said, that's it. Kevin Bacon's about the only positive in the movie.
Well, like I said, I feel like this movie just should have been rewritten before filmed. So no, I'm just gonna have to say I don't recommend it.
Yeah, hints at a good creepy experience, but never delivers.
Yes.
That's our final verdict, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. If you could,
like, share, and subscribe.
Exactly. And also hit the little notification bell for future videos. We'll be back soon. And thank you for watching the 30th episode
of Variant Verdict.
Have a good night, guys.